Welcome to the Vacationeers, Theme Parks and More podcast. Join us as we discuss vacation planning, reporting, and reviews on vacations ranging from Disney and theme parks to cruising and beach getaways with everything in between. So grab your passport, a fast pass, and an umbrella drink because the show's about to begin. And now, without any further delay, here is your ghost host, Vacationeer Tom.
Welcome to episode 19 of the Vacationeers, Theme Parks and More podcast. This is your host, Vacationeer Tom, and I'm joined alongside our panel. Wow, that was hard to say that. Jeez, I am joined alongside our panel, Ian and Joe. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing great.
Yeah, this is take two. We already did this once. I forgot to record some stuff, so yeah, the enthusiasm
We're
just
not nearly
isn't
as
there.
talkative.
yeah, we went like 20 minutes. Actually, it's for you, the listener. It's better. This week's episode, we will be discussing our 2017 Kennywood trip that my family went on. Joe, you weren't there, but our other brother was. That happened on August 4th on a Friday. But before we get that, let's do a little housekeeping. Our YouTube channel, Vacationeers Podcast, we have episodes 17 and 18 of our podcast, the visual version, or the video version rather. They're up. So if you listen to the audio on the podcast, you thought, I wonder what they look like when they were saying those words. Now you will know. Go ahead, go find it. It's fantastic. I think we have 3 or 4 watches, so at least a couple people watch them.
Oh, that's good. Mystery's gone. You just
Unless it's you guys.
That voice.
I don't know. And I think we are going to be doing some experimental stuff on this episode as well. So there might be an episode 19 video version of this if everything works out as I plan it to. If not, then there will not be. Also,
we'll introduce my cat into the podcast.
Oh, yes. Kitty Cat. Or what's her name? I don't know.
This is Kit Kat. Actually, her name is Kit Kat. But she's my lap cat, and she always shows up when we do the podcast.
This is going to be really awkward when the video doesn't work and we don't use any of the video.
I'm trying to make her famous. We're trying to get into cat food commercials.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I hope that works out for you. I want 50%.
This might be her launching pad right here, the Vacationeers Podcast.
Also, another note, programming note. I did change the feed. Actually, I changed it twice. I changed it to Anchor FM, and I didn't like the way that was working, so then I changed it to another podcast provider, and in doing so, I kind of jacked up the feed. So if you're on iTunes and you're not getting, what is it? If you don't get the new episodes, Joe? I don't remember.
Yes. New episodes showed up on iTunes.
If you're not getting episodes like 18, or, well, wait a second. I guess we'll have to do that on the other feed because they're not going to be getting this episode to refresh it.
Anyone in iTunes will not have this episode, so they're not going to hear this announcement.
All right. I'll have to make another feed and send it out on the other feed, which is going to confuse people. Oh, jeez. Wow. All right. Yeah, I shouldn't have ever done that. Okay.
You might want to edit this whole section right out. And post.
Nope. This is staying in. But Google Play Music, you're fine. Everything's working as expected. Stitcher, episodes 7 and 18 show up. None of the past episodes show up. I do not know why. But if you want to, go to vacationeerspodcast.com and you can stream any of the old episodes or go to iTunes. They have all the old episodes. Google Play Music has all the old episodes. I'm sure if you just grab the RSS feed and stick it right into some type of player, they will have the old episodes as well. So you can get the old episodes just on Stitcher. Apparently, I don't know what happened. But that is that. Now let's get on to our trip that we went to in Kennywood back in August. You ready, Ian?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. So Kennywood Park is located in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Give you a little history of the park in case you guys don't know. The park was opened as a trolley park attraction May 30th, 1899. So that was a very long time ago. It was purchased by...
Now, West Mifflin, that's near Pittsburgh, correct?
Yes. Yeah. It's basically Pittsburgh.
Okay.
It was purchased in 1908 and by Henninger and McSwagon, who later formed the Kennywood Entertainment Company, which owned and operated the park as a closely held family business for over 100 years. Then Kennywood was purchased by California-based Palace Entertainment in 2007. I didn't know that. I thought it was still just a small locally owned park, but I'm not sure what Palace Entertainment owns. The amusement park features various structures and rides dating back to the early 1900s. And along with Rye Playland Park, it is the only one of 2 amusement parks designated with National Historic Landmark for its history and historic rides. How do you like that?
Nice.
I am teaching a lot. Ian, please. Look alive. You look like you're dead over there.
How?
Wow.
You got to be bright-eyed on video, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just take a nap.
I'm not. Okay.
All right, so this park, Ian, I think you'll agree, this park exceeded our expectations, right? I went into this day not really expecting much of this park. And wow, I was overly excited after when leaving how good that park was. Let's see, what else? Okay, so like I said, there was 11 of us. There was my family, which is 5, my brother Dennis and his family, which is another 5, and our friend who lives in Pittsburgh. He came out and joined the day with us as well. So it was a big party. We got there early, and the park opened at 10:30 a.m. Now, this park is interesting because we got into the park at 10:30 on opening, and before we even go that far, this park, Joe, you can actually, people had coolers. I mean, they were wheeling coolers and just like they're having full-blown picnics in this park. They were like bringing just full picnic food and baskets into this park, and it's okay. You can bring whatever you want, I guess.
You mean in through the park?
Yeah, into
I
the
remember
park.
we went there as a kid, and remember Dad stayed in the parking lot with the coolers and the hibachi, and I mean he was grilling.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That you don't remember that? I mean, Dad would take the hibachi with him, and we'd go into the park in the morning, and we'd come out. We'd go on the rides, and we'd come out because we went to Kennywood when I was much younger. I have very little memory of it, but I remember leaving the park and coming out, and there's Dad out there grilling on a hibachi, and we're having hamburgers and hot dogs, and all these people are just like looking like, oh my God.
yeah, that sounds right.
Crazy family eating grilled food.
It
was great.
I think you can do all that in the park now. Well, I don't know about grilling.
Wow.
Did you bring grills in? I don't even remember.
I have no clue.
Wow. But yeah, you can bring full-blown picnic baskets in. So I was shocked. Yeah, but the park opened at 10:30, and we went straight to Phantom's Revenge. And as we were walking to Phantom's Revenge, we noticed that there was nothing going on in the park. I mean, there was no one at any of the games. The concession stands, not a soul to be found. None of the rides had operators. The coasters weren't even testing. It was just nothing going on. And we got in front of Phantom's Revenge. It obviously was closed. You couldn't get in. They had it closed off the queue, and it wasn't even running. Like it was like nothing was going on. And I was like, I don't know what is going on with this park. And here, apparently, what is it? The park map. It states that the park opens at 10:30. However, the park doesn't actually. None of the rides, or at least the coasters, it says opens till 11. So it gives you
time to picnic.
Yeah. I guess you secure your picnic area and there you go. But here's the interesting thing, Joe. So now, okay, let me give you a backstory on this. Earlier, this is August 4th. Yeah, August 4th. So if you listen to coasterradio.com, EB was saying how he didn't like when he rode Phantom's Revenge back whenever the first time he rode it, he didn't like it, and he was going to go to Kennywood sometime this summer to give it another shot. Now he didn't specify. Now this is at the beginning of the summer that he said this in one of the episodes. He never specified at any point what day. Well, okay, let me rephrase that because I found out after.
So you're stalking EB.
No.
And you're trying to clear yourself right now, right?
Yeah, but it's interesting. Ian, didn't I on the way in said that EB said he was coming here one day? Wouldn't it be cool to see him?
Possibly.
Again, he doesn't have any.
You
recollection.
said something about him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you said it wanted to be cool if he was
So
here.
we're standing at Phantom's Revenge waiting for the gate to open, and here comes a guy walking by that sure as heck looked like EB. And I was like, holy cow, I think that might actually be EB. I couldn't believe it. And but I couldn't be for sure. I couldn't be for sure because let's face it, there's probably a much more likelihood chance that a guy looking like him was there than him himself. I mean, this park in western Pennsylvania, like, and he lives in Missouri, or so he lives out Midwest somewhere. So what are the chances he's going to be there on that Friday? But the one thing that tipped it off was he just went to a mine. They opened up a new mine drop ride that he was invited to go out to celebrate, and he was wearing that shirt. I was like,
merch.
Yeah, he was wearing the free merch. I was like, oh, that is him. Now, we didn't get to talk to him. Now, the park is a small park, so I knew I'd be able to hook up with him later to say hi. And then we were in line for Phantom's Revenge. Now, Phantom's Revenge, I guess I'll get right into the coaster. Let me find my notes for Phantom's Revenge.
This wasn't our original date for Kennywood. This was a rescheduled date because we meant to go earlier in the year.
Yes, because we had a Pennsylvania
We went to
amusement park
Hershey.
trip with Hershey, but we were supposed to be rained out, so this was postponed, and we did this on a later day. You are correct, Ian. Very good. All right, so Phantom's Revenge, let me see. Oh, yes, I wrote it as Still Phantom back long time ago when it was in its original incarnation, and I hated it. It was awful. It got banged around. I didn't like it at all. As Phantom's Revenge, though, fantastic. Joe, let me tell you something. This ride is, oh, man, such a good ride. Ian, what do you think?
I think it's weird.
Why is that?
The restraint is weird. It's like
the
a
restraints
sidebar over the shoulder.
Yeah, they got rid of over-the-shoulder restraints and just put in these little, what was it?
I don't even know. I've never,
It was like
I've
a weird,
never seen them.
yeah, it was a weird restraint. And what else is even weirder, Joe? Every coaster, except for the newest one, I think.
Yeah.
You know how you walk into a coaster queue and you're into each row you're in your little queue, and they have a gate that opens and closes when they let you come in. Kennywood has those gates don't exist.
Yeah.
You could walk.
No gates?
No, you could walk into the track at any moment. There's nothing to stop you. There's no gates on any of their rides. They're so old.
It's so Pennsylvania. I'm telling you. I love it.
But I think the Skyrocket did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because it was built in like
that's
2007 or 8 or something. So yeah, it's a newer ride. But yeah, none of them have any gates. You can just literally walk right through, and nothing's stopping you from just jumping in front of the track and getting killed. Except common sense,
Wow,
I guess.
that is great.
But Phantom's Revenge was awesome. Here's some notes on Phantom's Revenge. It was originally built by Aerodynamics, and it was called the Steel Phantom. During the 2000-2001 off-season, Morgan was brought in to make some modifications. The modifications were they removed the 4 original loops, which was very good because that was painful. The height remained the same. Lift hill was unchanged. The drop increased from 225 feet to 228. The length was increased from 3,000 feet to 3,200 feet. That doesn't really matter. And yeah, the trains were modified, removing the over-the-shoulder restraints.
So are we going in order of the day?
I haven't really decided.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Now, can you tell me, Tom? I know we talked about this after you'd been there. Is the large roller coaster in the front of Kennywood gone? Because when I was a kid, the only ride I remember from Kennywood was right near the entrance. You sat in it, and it shot you forward through a large loop and up a hill, and then the train went backwards, back through the loop, and right back into the station.
Yeah, that's gone. That is out of
It
here.
was a great ride. Out of there. Because that's the only thing I remember about Kennywood. That is literally my only memory. That and eating hamburgers.
All I remember is Steel Phantom was awful. That's only my only memory I have of Kennywood. But yeah, that coaster, just an awesome ride.
Do you get a separate credit for that?
No, I didn't. I should though, right?
It's a different coaster.
It is. Like, to remove stuff, and it's 3 feet higher. Huh.
And there's 4 missing loops.
Man, I don't know.
That's the big thing.
I didn't originally. Maybe I should.
I think so.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah. All right. Okay, I did. No, I'm not though. So I didn't already. So forget it. All right. Let's go. Let's get on the coaster list since we're doing the coasters. Exterminator is an inside, an indoor spinning mouse coaster.
Which we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was.
We just
Actually,
walked into
it's
this big
interesting.
building.
We walked in and a big storm came in. And being an indoor coaster, we thought, oh, well, maybe it'll run. It'll be operating. But nope, they shut the park down, and it shut down with it. We were in there for every bit of 45 minutes, right?
We were right.
Yeah, we were
the
at the entrance. Yes, that was a huge queue. Right before it started, it shut down due to weather. But then, it started back up. Well, I mean, what are you going to do?
So they have an indoor attraction shut down for weather.
Yes. But we didn't leave because what are we going to do? Stand outside in the rain? We're in pretty good place,
Yeah.
so yeah.
And not get onto a different ride?
Yeah, exactly. So we did get on it. Like I said, it was okay. The first half of it was themed really well, but the second half, there's no theming whatsoever. Like, that was when they kind of unlocked the car and you're just spinning. So I guess they didn't want you to concentrate on anything. But the first half, so the theme of it is that it's a factory overrun by mice. That's the theme. So there's like exterminators in there. It's like I said, the first half of the ride, fun, cute little dark ride elements, and then it starts spinning.
Are you a mouse or an exterminator?
You're neither. You're just kind of
there.
Oh, no. Wait, were those cars a mouse?
I don't think so.
Oh man, I don't remember. They might have
If
been.
you're one of the mice, that might have some potential there.
We may have been a mouse. I think we might have been a mouse because you're a wild mouse ride, and I think I remember we were staring at the cars for 45 minutes. Like, oh look, you're a mouse.
It's funny how you stared at the car for 45 minutes and don't remember.
Well, we didn't exclusively stare at the car, but
We weren't really in that room.
well, we were. Then they pushed us out
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, that's where our friend who had his hat on the whole ride. Once it started spinning, he lost it. It flew off his head. So yeah,
It does happen.
yeah, it does. So Exterminator, that was a fun spinning wild mouse. Didn't spin too much, just enough.
It's not good themed. It's kind of what it's like. I don't think we've ever ridden a well themed mouse.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like the one in New Jersey, the Joker one, and at the end there's a little train.
Yeah. Well, no spoilers for Joe.
Well, I didn't say.
All right, so then let's go into the Thunderbolt. That's a wooden coaster, and that one you actually from the station you directly drop down.
This is one on the hill, right?
Yeah, this is on the hill. So you actually right out of the station, you go down a hill, and there is a chain lift later on the ride, but it's unique. That's different. This is the one that we were walking up to it, and EB and his son were in the front of it. And as they pulled into the station, the car stopped, and EB waved over the staff, and he pulled up like a piece of the train that fell off while they were riding. So like the front car was broken. Like the front of the facade of the car was coming loose while they were riding it. So
That is great.
actually we're in the queue, and they shut the ride down because they had to take that train off
that
and
car
replace it
wasn't
with
put
another
back
one.
on.
Yeah, that car was done for the day. They're working on it for the rest of the day, and they never did get it fixed. But yeah, so that's actually after that ride, we left the queue, and he was leaving, and that's where we hooked up. We got a photo. Yeah, that was a good time. So we got to
Because
meet
I was hoping you would have talked to him at that point because, the many mentions of him are starting to be disturbing.
Yes, I know. So I got my photo because we didn't get it at Carowinds.
But he trampled his son.
And now I have a question generally
I did
about
trample
the
his
parks. And that's nice.
Unfortunately, yeah, his son was behind me when we were getting ready to do the picture, so I was backing up, and I stepped on him. I was like, oh, sorry. Yeah, it was a very awkward moment.
That's very nice.
What's your question?
So I have a question. The park's in Pittsburgh because it's a place with actual natural hills. And I've never actually been to an amusement park in any place that's not like an airport runway as far as...
Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
What?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's flat as can be. I mean, there's no actual hills in Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens?
What's the biggest hills? Well, it's like 30 feet tall. It's the highest hill in the park. I mean, there's
Oh.
no actual hills.
All right.
Or like Pittsburgh, you have these big real hills, and you have the because they're off the side of a mountain chain. How did they do building the rides into the environment, or did they flat, or is the whole park on a flat area?
It's
I mean, the roller coaster we just
Somewhat.
talked about.
yeah, that one was on it. Yeah, that one used the terrain. But for the most part, the park was pretty.
Hershey used
Flat.
terrain.
Yeah.
I remember that.
The park was pretty flat. I mean, it had some hills, and in the background you could see hills, like mountains. But the park itself, I don't remember climbing steep hills. I mean,
No.
there were inclines and stuff that you had to walk up and down the paths, but nothing extreme. In fact,
But they didn't build it in, or like make it part of the ride experience.
like I said, Thunderbolt, yes.
The entrance of the park is weird.
Yeah, the entrance. Yeah, your entrance. You start at one side of the road, right? A highway. and
Yeah,
you have
then
to
you go
cross
under a
over.
tunnel.
Yeah, under a tunnel to get to the other side where the actual rides and everything are. Very weird. It's a very strange park. Very good park, but very strange park. So yeah, Thunderbolt. That's a good ride. Good wooden coaster. Like I said, I'm not typically a fan of wooden coasters. They beat you up, but all the wooden coasters we're talking about today, none of them beat me up. They're all good. And Thunderbolt was, has a unique layout. On to Jackrabbit. That's another wooden one.
This is the super old one that doesn't have a restraint.
I don't remember what the deal with it was. I do remember to queue up, you had to queue just around the fence of the ride, which is weird.
It was this one. Do you not remember the restraint for this ride?
I do not.
It was a bar that didn't move. You had to slide into it.
Oh.
And it was just duct taped over.
Yeah, there was yeah. Yeah, there's some duct tape going on. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That coaster was okay. I mean, it didn't hurt me,
It was like
it's a plus.
It's super old. I think
Yeah.
it's the oldest coaster in the park.
Possibly, yeah. I don't. Unfortunately, I didn't research that piece. Then we have the racer. Of course, you have the wooden racers. Yeah, that was fun too.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that they did in the park that I think they did for most of the rides, or at least the wooden ones, they told you how long you would be on the ride. Like they announced, like, "Hey, we'll see you in a minute 30," and you leave the station, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think they should do that at the Cedar Fair parks, just so when you get ready to go on the Top Thrill Dragster, they can tell you, "See you in 17 seconds."
See you in 17 seconds, unless there's a rollback.
Rollback. Or if it's stuck at the peak.
Then there is the Skyrocket, which is a premier launch coaster. That was a really good coaster. That's their newest coaster, and I really enjoyed that one as well. Ian, any thoughts?
Yeah, it was a cool launch coaster.
Yeah, that was a fun coaster. The only downside of that one was it's literally right next to a highway. Like as you look right, and there's cars driving by you. It's just I didn't really care for that part of it. But again, we saw EB there too. In fact, EB, we were coming into the station, my youngest son and I, and EB took a picture of us. And I saw him going to take a picture of us. And I was like, and I flashed like a peace sign. I'm like, oh man, that's so lame.
Yeah, he needed evidence for that guy who stepped on my
the
son.
stalker. Yeah. Yeah,
you are now going to be in his.
Well, that park is very small, Joe. There's no way you're not going to run into somebody multiple times.
But if anything ever happens to EB, you're going to be getting a phone call.
Yeah, and then there is a Little Phantom, which is a little coaster, kiddie coaster. I did not ride that one, so I didn't get that credit. So I got the 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 coasters. They were all of them were very good. I'd all ride them again. If I went back to Kennywood, I would ride all 6 of them, unlike Carowinds, where I would drop the first, I'd drop half of them at least. This one, there's not a bad coaster in the bunch. Now let's talk about flat rides, because the Black Widow, now that's their Zamperla pendulum, giant pendulum ride.
Yeah.
And man, that thing was fun.
That thing was a lot big, because I rode Delirium. I don't know if I told you.
Delirium. Yeah.
It's a lot bigger than Delirium.
Well, I rode it too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we rode it together.
Oh, that was
at Kingston Meeting.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay, I got them mixed up.
Yeah. That one's smaller.
That one.
I got sick on that one. Yeah, that one. At the end of the ride, I was like, I gotta get off this ride.
Delirium was giant.
Black Widow, not at all. Now, Joe, Black Widow. Not only is it cool, nice big spinning coaster, but they have a huge Black Widow. Yeah, not coaster ride. They have a huge Black Widow spider in front of the queue. I mean, it's actually themed really nicely.
Yeah, like the small cave you walk through. That.
Yeah, There's a little cave that you walk through, and it has the spiders. Yeah, I thought, wow, and this must be their newest ride, because it's on their shirt, and I did buy one of their shirts. And it has all their coasters and it has the Black Widow, like it's one of their main attractions. But it was really good. Stats on the Black Widow are as follows: it's 90 feet high, 68 miles an hour, and it can hold 40 riders. So,
what is 90 feet high? The tower itself, or how high?
I think
it goes?
Well, it just says 90 feet high. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't.
Okay.
I remember when we got on it. Remember we got stuck, or they're having issues.
Oh, because you have to you can't touch the restraints.
Yeah, if you touch the restraints, they have to reset the whole thing and start from scratch.
Yeah, it's
and of course you got idiots who don't listen, and they, as soon as they sit down,
3 times.
Yeah, they pull it down. Don't touch the restraints. They have to reset. Then as soon as they okay, let's go. Another idiot pulls it down. Like, dudes, what are you doing? Just sit there.
Every damn time.
And it wasn't like it was automatic.
And remember the first day of basic training when you get off the bus, they say place your bag down, and that one guy drops it, and they make everybody pick them back up again and say, now place your bag down, and one asshole drops it. And we were there all night.
Those people are plants. They want you to start off very poorly. Yeah, Black Widow, fantastic. Now, the Kangaroo, that's another flat ride. Now, this is the only operating kangaroo in the world. Fantastic ride. So let me read what it is. This is
what is the Kangaroo?
Well, I'm about to tell you. This is a one-of-a-kind flying coaster. It's called a flying coaster because debuted at the park in 1962, where it remains a crowd favorite. The center of the ride drops up to 4 passengers from the top of a hill, simulating the sensation of flying or bouncing like a kangaroo, as the name suggests. Yeah, it goes over and over and over. So essentially, you're in a car with wheels, and it spins around in a circle, and one part of the circle, there's a ramp that the car goes up the ramp, then it's like on hydraulics, so it slowly kind of like pops up and like slowly goes down, and then you spin it, and you keep going around and go up, around, up. It's a fun ride.
Oh, so it takes off the ramp and then use the hydraulic to lower it.
Yep. Yeah. Then you,
Well, it's belly filled.
Yep, just goes around in a circle. It's a really good ride.
Where'd you go, Johnny Rocket?
Then you got the whip. Now I love the whip. That's old school ride where you know what the whip is. No.
I might. I know.
Essentially, it's a ride, and it when it goes around the corner, you kind of like you slide. You kind of
oh yeah, okay.
Drift.
It's the one that goes back and forth, and it kind of takes you in a circuit.
Yeah, and you drift back and forth.
Busch
Yeah,
Gardens has one down by
no.
What is it? By Da Vinci's Cradle and stuff.
Yeah, you're incorrect. No, that's not a whip.
So it's not the whip I'm thinking of.
No,
okay.
you're wrong. Google it. YouTube. Then there's the Music Express. That's right.
Oh, nice.
This is the one that I text you saying, "Hey, look, the Music Express." Then we found out that it actually was. And this one actually is named Music Express. So we didn't actually write it though, but it is a novelty that for us.
Oh, I know the whip. All right, I just Googled it.
There you go. Yeah, that's if you haven't been on a whip, so much fun. It's such a good time. And not a lot of parks have them. I don't know how many whips are around, but not a lot. So when I get to see I see a
one
whip,
at Hershey and one at Kennywood.
Did we write it here? We must have wrote it at Hershey too.
I remember seeing it at Hershey because it was next to the racers. But
Oh yeah, we wrote it then.
Because Kennywood and Hershey are on the front page of Google.
Oh yeah, see. Then there's the Baynard Curve. Bayern Curve? Barron Curve, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce that word. Bayern.
This is the ride that Logan rode.
This is the one that Logan rode. This thing was, Joe, this thing is insane. It's like a circular, it's like a Music Express, but you're like in a bobsled car. And it goes around, it starts off normal, and then it picks up like crazy speed and actually tilts inward, because otherwise you'd like fly out of the thing. It was crazy watching Logan go around and circle this thing. It was insane. Here's the description of this. During the ride, riders sit in one of 16 bobsled-themed cars that travel at a high speed on a circular single-hill track. Riders start in an upright position, and as the cars pick up speed, they tilt inward towards the center of the ride. This ride is also known for its loud horn, which is similar to that of a diesel train engine that blasts its loud roar as the ride reaches maximum speed. And I do remember it making that noise. After reading this, I do remember that. Also, akin to a train, the seamed track creates the same rail click-clack railway sound, particularly at the lower sections of the front. So this ride, the top speed of this ride is 75 miles an hour, but it typically runs at 40 miles an hour. So I have no idea what they have it set as. Even 40 miles an hour going around that circle is pretty fast. I couldn't imagine 35. That thing was really, but this thing was loud, so I think that picked up pretty good. I don't know the speed. But it looked really good. Now, operating today, this ride is going to operate in 6 parks. Yeah, it's only in 6 parks in the world today, and there's only one in America that's not in Kennywood. So there's 2 in America. One's Kennywood. One's California's Great Adventure. Great America. I'm sorry. California's Great America, and it's called the Berserker, of all things. But here's a little...
France has 3 of them. That's odd, right?
Yeah, I do not know. And they're all called the same thing. Only Six Flags is like, no. We're changing it up. But did you see King's Dominion had one called Mount Kilimanjaro, and it was there from 1976 to 1990. How do you like that?
Kingsman had so many good rides.
Back in the day. And now they got crap.
Now that reminds me of the one ride that used to be at, I don't know if it was Idlewild or Kennywood growing up. It was where you would stand. It was a large cylinder, and you'd stand against the wall, and it would spin.
Yes. Yeah.
And the centripetal force would hold you against it, and then it would turn itself sideways.
Yep. They still have those.
Lots of people threw up on that ride.
I don't think I've ever rode one. I'm trying to think. What Six Flags America? I think actually has.
They have one.
Yeah.
We've never rid it.
No, we don't. Yeah, that one's.
I rode it a lot as a kid. I can't remember which park it was at,
I say we go
but
chug down like 3 or 4 beers, then see if we can
and some
ride that one.
yogurt.
Oh yeah, I think I'd vomit even without drinking or eating yogurt. that thing is oh man, I don't know. All right, Raging Rapids is their water rapids ride. Now this one I had. Okay, so here the plan was this: we went there in the morning. We're gonna spend the day in the park. Then that evening, our one friend who lives in Pittsburgh, he and us were gonna go to his house, pick up his wife, and then we're all gonna go out to Pittsburgh to sightsee and go to dinner and have a good night in Pittsburgh. So the last thing I wanted to do was to get wet and get nasty. So the kids wanted to ride the ride. I said, I'm not riding the Raging Rapids. Forget about it. So we're walking by it, and there's a sign outside the Raging Rapids saying, sorry for the inconvenience, but the waterfall is closed today, or not turned on today. So then I thought, okay, game on. I'm in. The waterfall's turned off. Let's do this. So we ride the ride, and of course, there's a stop gate. Like most of these rapids rides, there's a stop gate that keeps the boats away from each other. So we roll up to the stop gate, and there's these stupid guns there.
We do that at King's Dominion.
What's that?
They have the
yeah they have it in King's Dominion too. Yeah, but this is here. So yeah, we're at stop gate, and these guns go off, and man, my whole back was soaking wet. It was awful. So yes, I did get wet, even though there was no waterfall. And as we were exiting, the ride, EB was in the queue to get onto it, and I walked up to him. I said, "Hey, just because the waterfall isn't on, don't expect not to get wet." And he said, "Oh, isn't that a good thing?" I think he misunderstood what I said. I think he said, "Don't expect to get wet," because old people don't want to get wet. So as I was walking away, he goes, "Oh my God, you're soaked!" Because my front was all right, but my back was completely soaked. He said, "Oh yeah, I know. That's what I said." So I think he got the picture. I never know what happened to him. That was the last time. That was the last EB sighting of the day. So yeah, that was fun. Actually,
there's a flat ride not on this list.
All right, well, we'll get to it in a second. Actually, what's his name? Oh man, I can't think. He was actually there with another guy who does the Family Theme Parks podcast.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name though.
Adam Breckner. Yeah. Right? I think so.
You're the only person who would know.
I think that's who it is. Yeah. He was there with them. So he travels around with everybody. He gets around. He's going to be at the King's Dominion opening night on March 24th.
It's March 23rd.
Whatever it is. So maybe we'll have to try to hook up with him. Hang out.
Yeah, sure.
Follow him around, take pictures.
Yeah. I don't think we have a big enough following to hang out with him. Oh yeah. Okay. So what dark ride do you speak of?
It's not a dark ride. It's a flat ride.
Flat ride. What flat ride?
It's the one. It was right across from the bobsled ride. I rode it with Vince, and again, you didn't ride it, and you wanted to ride it. It's one.
Oh, that was that one that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have that. They have that at Carowinds too.
Yeah.
The one you sit in and you start.
Yeah, because at Carowinds you said you wanted to ride it, and then you didn't. And then we saw it here, and you're like, I'm gonna ride it this time, and then you didn't.
That's because I got. What was it? I got sick.
You got
after.
You ate something. It was at Hershey.
No.
Hey.
It was after riding. It was after riding one of the rides, so I didn't feel good.
Well, I know you, but just before you had a funnel cake, or you bought some sort of.
It was
snack.
ice cream. It wasn't funnel cake.
Oh.
Yeah, I had an ice cream sundae. It was good. Not as good as the Hershey one, but it was still good.
Oh yeah.
Then let's get to dark rides. Now, Noah's Ark is a walk-through attraction. Now this thing, Joe, you would never find this thing in a corporate park because this thing is dangerous. Dangerous. So we're walking up to it, and the thing is shifting. It's Noah's Ark, right? So it's a big building that looks like an ark, and it's swaying back and forth. So I'm walking through it to get into it. I'm thinking, I wonder if inside you're actually swaying, or is that just like the outside facade doing it? You know what I mean? So we go inside, and sure enough, you're swaying. I mean, the whole structure is swaying. So we're walking through it, doing it. We get to a part, there's steps. I'm thinking, oh, well, okay, well, I'm sure the steps are stationary, and I'm sure it's not swaying with the boat. Oh, heck no, those are swaying too. So I'm going down the steps, and we're still swaying. I'm like, holy cow, don't people fall on this thing? So we go down the steps, and then there's another section. Now, at this point, I don't know if it's still swaying, but there's a part where the floor is shaking, like it's gyrating back and forth, and you have to walk on it. So like you're trying to walk, and it's gyrating. Like I was like, oh my god, people are gonna fall over and die. Like old people will get killed in this ride. There's no way. Like little babies, like 4-year-olds, I guess, like ones who are just learning to walk. They like first of all, they fall down the steps. Then as soon as they stepped on the gyrating thing,
all the time anyway. I mean,
well, that is true.
It's a 4-year-old thing.
They have a low center of gravity. they're all right. But yeah, I mean, they'd be thrown around inside this thing. I could not believe how dangerous this thing
And there were
was.
so many other things that are illusions like that.
I don't remember.
Well, I know there's the one to the. It's a tunnel and it's spinning. You walk across the platform through the middle of it.
Yeah. We've seen those before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was there. They had a lot. There's like a mirror maze, sort of.
Yeah, they had a ton of stuff inside this Noah's Ark, which is really cool, but super dangerous.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't imagine like a person with a cane trying to do it. There's no way. Obviously, if you're in a wheelchair, that's not accessible. I mean, just to even get to the queue, I don't think you go through a wheelchair. But yeah, this thing, super fun. No way you'd ever find it in a corporate park. And if Kenny would ever get bought out by a corporate park, this thing would be shut down in a minute. The lawyers would lock that thing up. But yeah, it was a really fun walk-through attraction. Then you have Garfield's Nightmare, which is a 3D boat ride. Again, we saw EB on this ride, but this is before the actual Rapids ride.
Okay, so how do you jive Garfield in Nightmare?
Well, here you go. A lot of fluorescent paint. I think he ate too much pizza, and he was like getting sick. But here's the thing, Joe. So we put on the 3D glasses, and we're going through the boat ride, and I noticed that the 3D glasses aren't doing anything. Like I couldn't tell what they were doing, so I took them off. Nothing. There was no difference. Oh, actually, there was a little bit. It was clearer.
Yeah.
You could see better. Like the 3D glasses only fogged it up because they're old glasses. I have no idea what those glasses were for. There's no scene. There's nothing inside that dark ride that was 3D enhanced that I could tell.
It's probably something that was there 10 years ago that stopped working.
I don't know. Maybe the 3D glasses,
just
the kids are
never
like,
turned it back
ooh.
on.
I enjoyed it. The kids, they hate it. They have no respect.
Maybe no one even knows the 3D part's not working yet.
I don't know. I thought it was fun. I mean,
Yeah, well, I didn't.
it's
like
a
that.
dark ride in a small regional park. How can you go wrong with it?
Well, you say that, and then you have the shooter ride, which was amazing.
Oh,
so.
okay. We're going to do that right now. Ghostwood Estate. Joe, let me tell you something. As a dark ride shooter, man, this thing was incredible. It beat the crap out of the Hershey one.
Oh, that was
It
terrible.
beats any Cedar Fair Boo Blasters.
Yeah.
In fact, okay, I guess.
I wouldn't put them on the same page as Justice League. If that's
Yeah, Justice League's too much. But what
That's
about
different.
Universal's Men in Black?
I don't know. We see it the first time. We didn't like that, but then after we went again,
We loved it.
Yeah.
I think this would be number
I
3.
remember not liking Men in Black the first time.
Yeah, no. But man, after we read it this last time, we loved it.
Oh yeah, it was.
We read it a
awesome.
ton of times. so good. Such big sets. Oh man. And there's so many like you can shoot the other car, make them spin, and there's bonus. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to it that I don't know if we even paid attention to.
If
the
you
first
pay
time around.
attention to like the character telling you to do stuff, he tells you to press a red button on the car, and if you press it, you get 100,000 points.
Yeah, he cheated and beat me that way.
I beat you anyway.
Well, maybe, but still. But okay, so this is Ghostwood Estate. It's a dark ride shooter. Oh man, such a good, definitely number 3 of all the shooters.
Yeah.
Behind. Well, would you count Toy Story Mania as a shooter?
That's
kinda
all
different, right?
screens.
I tell you what, I think this is better than the Magic Kingdom. What's
Oh yeah, Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear? Yeah,
I like this more.
yeah, I'd do this over Buzz Lightyear, no question. All right, so let me give you some details of it. It's an awesome. So first of all, it's an awesome old like mansion exterior. So it even has the outside facade looks like an old mansion, which makes it really nice. It's a state-of-the-art ride. This state-of-the-art ride consists of an 8-room haunted house filled with numerous computer-generated images and animatronics. Armed with blasters, guests compete with others by shooting over 200 interactive targets as they traverse through the estate along the trackless system. So I didn't even realize it was trackless.
I did.
The ride screens, projectors, as well as the facade of the soundtrack changes for Phantom Fright Nights.
We need to do that.
So they change it. And get this. The ride's pre-show, as well as the facade soundtrack, change for holiday lights. The interior of the ride is decorated to match the event. So they must put Christmas stuff inside.
We gotta go for the Halloween.
And the Christmas.
So you go up there and shoot the elves.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I want my presents. Yeah, that
Is this the
incredible
ride of the day the reindeer died from Scrooged?
What?
Do you remember the movie Scrooged, Bill Murray?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Lee Majors.
yes.
That day the reindeer died.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good movie.
I really want them to make that movie with Lee Majors. Fighting off terrorists at the North Pole.
Oh, that would be good. I think
Maybe with The Rock.
Yeah, of course, yes. I think that's it, Ian.
Well, they had the Lego movie.
Yeah, they had a Lego movie. We saw that.
4D
4D.
thing.
That was fun.
I think the better thing is during Halloween, it's Friday the 13th themed.
Yeah, they have
should be a lot
in that theater they
cooler.
do Friday the 13th. Another thing about that Lego movie, which was curious, was in the Lego movie 4D theater where they showed the 4D movie, they kept mentioning Legoland, like they're going to Legoland. Like Legoland was a park that they ended up in, I think, at the end of the movie, which is weird since you're in Kennywood. It's a weird adaptation where, like, oh, let's go to Legoland and all this stuff, and they're like, well, we're not in Legoland, we're in Kennywood.
Well, they already had your money.
yeah, I guess. But it was good. Yeah, we hit.
Were there any shows?
There may have been, but
There was that one concert outside of Noah's Ark that we walked past.
yeah, there's some street performers, right?
Yeah.
Actually, having show buildings with shows, I don't know. We weren't there for the shows. We were there for the rides. You know, it's an old park with old rides, unique rides, and old coasters and good coasters. So we wanted to get in, hit all the rides, then hit Pittsburgh that evening. So we didn't.
Oh, you were trying to. Okay, that's right. You said you're getting out for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we wanted to have dinner in downtown Pittsburgh, so we wanted to leave the park by like 4 or 5.
And
which
there was the Pirates game.
we did. The Pirates game. Oh yeah, the Pirates game was going on, and then the storm came. So yeah, it totally screwed up our evening in Pittsburgh. We didn't actually get to do any of their stuff other than go eat. But we went to eat in was it Irish place?
I think.
Yeah, it was really good. Really
Yeah.
good food. I should drop a plug there, but I don't remember what it was now. But yeah, as far as the park goes, fantastic park. I think we got really good tickets. I don't remember what we paid, but they weren't more than $30 or $35 per person for a day pass. And they do have Halloween event. I guess they do have a Christmas event too. So you could go get a annual pass and go multiple times. But man, when we parked, so you park like on the side of a mountain.
Oh.
And yeah, it looked really
Weird.
shady. Yeah, it's like, oh man, this part. And as you're walking, you can see the fence and the Black Widow's there. And you're like, huh, this is going to be an interesting experience. But man, let me tell you, once you got inside, the coasters were great. Flat rides were unique and good. Food was good. Like I said, they had ice cream, so can't beat that. I don't remember what else we got. I know, yeah, we ate different places.
So you're saying the park entrance experience was not Carowinds?
No. Yeah, you literally park on the side of a mountain. And it's very confusing because there's free parking and then there's paid parking. And to differentiate between the two, I still don't understand it. Like, there's this like a guy sitting in the middle of a parking lot, and if you cross him, I guess you pay. It was very weird. So we parked like at the top of the mountain, and in the parking lot, there's like a ski lift thing that goes up through it. So I don't know what that thing does. I still don't. That thing wasn't operating, but it leads into the park. So maybe it's a ride where you jump on it and it takes you out to the parking lot and you swing back around. And it's like a circular thing, a full loop. I don't know what it
It's the
does.
only way to get to your car if you're at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, we parked a pretty good distance away because we figured we weren't in a rush, so why pay the price? But as we walked, it looked pretty sketchy. But yeah, once we got inside, man, super fun park. I highly recommend going to Kennywood. Ian, what else do you have about the day?
I don't think I have anything.
You have
else.
nothing. All right, that's good. Joe, do you have any questions to wrap up this episode?
How are the funnel cakes?
I didn't have one. I had ice cream.
Someone
Have
got a
one.
funnel
I
cake.
just got to know after that Carowinds thing.
It was not
Gotta make a new
Carowinds.
thing at every park. I need to do a funnel cake everywhere I go.
Well, like my best of, and mine was ice cream. That should tell you what I ordered. Oh, it was oh my Lord. I'm glad you mentioned it. So I got a parfait, a hot fudge peanut parfait at the one stand. And this kid, man, talk about, it was the best parfait. Because, it had the tall, skinny cup, like the old parfaits where you put ice cream, then you put fudge, then you put ice cream and peanuts and fudge, and you can see it. It's clear. You can see through it, and it has the whipped cream on top. Man, this guy, this kid was like an artist making this thing. It was so good. The lady in front of us ordered extra hot fudge, so he put I guess he put extra in. I don't know. But then I watched him make mine after making hers, and it was exactly the same. And there was a ton of fudge. You get down, you eat the fudge, you go down a level, there's more fudge, you go down even further, there's more fudge. Oh,
I love fudge.
it was so good. It was one of the best parfaits. Because, like you go to McDonald's or you go to some place to get a peanut butter or peanut fudge peanut parfait, whatever they are. By the time you eat half your ice cream, all the fudge is gone. Not this thing. You had fudge. He packed that fudge in there. It was so good. So good.
You're going to have to edit that.
Not at all. How dare you, sir? But yeah, man, that was a very good ice cream. Yeah, after eating that, that's when I was eating that actually when you guys rode that ride I didn't want to ride. So, yeah, I decided to eat ice cream instead. But yeah,
That's a baller move. Order the ice cream while the kids are on the ride.
Yeah, makes sense, right? Because they can't nag me for bites of it because they're on the ride.
But it was like me and Vince riding it.
Yeah, but you're the ones always nag me for the ice cream.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Joe, if any other questions about this park? Like I said, I think it's a good value. I think you get good discounts. And it's a fun day. And you can go cheap, too, because you can take your own stuff into the park and picnic.
Mm-hmm. So, just do you recall what the one-day ticket prices were?
I already went through this. Wow. Playing with your cat instead of listening to me. I think I know it wasn't more than 35, maybe $30, maybe 25. Actually, I think it was 25. I think I got a deal on it. So here's the deal. If you're planning on going, this is why I always plan out my year in advance. Because I knew I was going to the park. And in the spring, they'll have these flash sales or, hey, get the tickets for this price. If you know you're going anyway, then you can jump on these sales and you can buy them. So Kennywood had a sale going on because I get a military discount, and the plan was to buy my ticket on site with the military discount to get the discounted price. But this deal was better than that price. So I bought all the tickets in advance. And like I said, I think it was 25 actually, now that I think about it. So it was a really, really good price. It was pretty cheap. And that was definitely worth the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no question. And I'll definitely go back again. Maybe try the Halloween or probably Halloween would be the best, right?
Halloween would be cool.
Yeah, Halloween would be really cool. So maybe we'll do that
really
sometime.
cold.
Yeah, it would be cold, yeah. But
It would be really cold.
yeah. Well, Christmas will be even colder. But
I can't even believe they opened the place for Christmas. How do you park on the side of a mountain at Christmas out there?
well, what you do is you park at the top, you go down, then when you come back, it's at the bottom.
If your car,
just slides down.
the hill and
Yeah.
a pile.
You don't have to walk as far. All right. Anything else?
Nothing else. I'll have to go back and listen and see if I missed anything else.
Yeah.
I can swear you didn't say anything about price then.
Yeah, please, by all means, go back and listen. And you know what? Wait till the video version comes out. If it works out, there's a video version on my YouTube channel, or our YouTube channel. Go back and watch that. Then you can see some photos that I took. I'm going to spice them in. You get the best of both worlds. Videos and seeing our beautiful faces and seeing how many times Ian nods off during the episode, because that's always fun.
Well,
Exactly.
I said we should give out some kind of bonus.
Yes, yeah. All right.
We'll give them a theme. If you give me Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
The first one to find Ian sleeping in one of the videos.
I was going to put that on and wear it for this episode, and I don't know where it is.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
I wore mine yesterday. Mine's in the washing machine.
I thought you were going to address the typo on it.
Oh, how dare you, sir.
Oh.
How dare you. You don't worry about it. Hey, if you want to know what the typo is, go buy the shirt. Make me 60 cents, because that's what I make on those shirts. Go to Amazon, search Vacationeers podcast. I'm not sure what you...
Good plug.
I think you can search Vacationeers podcast. And
We'll put a link in the description of the YouTube video.
look at this guy. He's a professional. Of course, I'm the one doing it, so he says this, and I'll forget.
Do you not link everything in the description anyway?
No.
Why don't you put your Twitter in? It takes
You
2
probably
seconds
should.
to do.
I should. Okay, you know what? From now on, Ian's going to proofread my my YouTube stuff. And yeah, in the description of the YouTube video, all that stuff. I also have this Coasting Through Life t-shirt that you can buy on Amazon as well. Very nice. You see it? It's the colors of Apollo's Chariot. I made this as well. Very nice.
There's a wooden version, but it's not as good.
Yeah, well, I think it's good too.
Not as good as Paul's chair.
It's brown and
Paul's chair.
brown and what? I don't even know. I don't remember. But
Red
yeah,
and
it's
red.
fine. But go to Amazon, buy the shirts, support the show. Again, I don't know if I make much off of those. Well, I think I might on those shirts because there's no back. What gets you is if you put back text, if you put something on the back of it, kills any profitability. But I don't do it for the profit. I do it for the love of the show. For the fans is why I do it, really.
The shirt's much nicer with something in the back anyway, so
Yeah.
money be damned. We'll
Even
move
if
on
it is,
here.
there's a typo in it. I tell you what, the first person that can tell me what the typo is in the notes of the YouTube channel, what can I get them? Anybody? I don't know. I'll get you something.
Do I get it?
No, it has to be a fan
I'm a fan.
who's not related. So tell Chris, Joe, he's out. As if he'd listen anyway. He's not listening. So
Yeah.
if you're a true blue fan who do not know us personally, and you put what the typo is of our shirt, I'll get you something. What was it?
I'm looking around for all these tchotchkes on my desk to see if there's something I would give away, but I'm like, no, I want all of this.
Pencil sharpener.
I don't know. I'll get you something theme park related. I got to think about it. I don't know what it would be. Maybe something from...
We've got to come up with some gifts. We got to go next time we go to a park. We got to pick up some stuff from different parks and
Yes.
maybe put together the snow globes at different rides and things like that.
Jeez, Mr. Moneybags over here.
Exactly.
Well, you're raking in off T-shirt sales.
Oh, yeah.
Every 300 T-shirts buys one of those little snow globes.
But true blue, honest to God, if you put in what the typo is on that shirt, which means I have to presume you'd have to buy the shirt. Right? I mean, I don't think you... Maybe can you click the back?
Yes.
I think you can click the back on Amazon.
Ah, damn it.
But it's not about the money, right?
Oh, man. Well, actually, it doesn't...
Yeah, 60 cents isn't anything.
But still, it's supporting the show. I see all sell. So if you put it in there and I see somebody's body shirt, then...
I see it right now on the webpage on Amazon.
All right, can you see the back?
I can read the back.
Can you see the typo?
But the typo, I see the typo. However,
You're not going to see it.
It's hard to see. I didn't see it, and I've read it several times. Until I was told it was there, I did not. I read right through it.
Yeah, I didn't notice it, and I probably still wouldn't know it. Ian saw the shirt for 5 seconds and put a knife in my heart.
First thing I saw.
Yeah, put a knife in my heart. Typo in the back of the shirt. I cannot believe it. Oh, but you know what? That's a good note to end this episode. Hey, the next episode will be episode 20, believe it or not. We're really getting up there.
Nice.
Yes. So, hey, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. Thanks for joining me for this episode, Talking Kennywood. And until we stream again, ride the express and keep making memories.
Right on.
Thanks for listening to the Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More podcast. The show can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Please subscribe and give us a review if you like the show. Visit our website at www.vacationeerspodcast.com. For additional content, subscribe on YouTube and Twitter at Vacationeers Podcast. Please like our Facebook page, Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More podcast. Send questions, comments, or if you'd like to be on a future episode to discuss planning or reviewing of a vacation, please email the show at vacationerspodcast@gmail.com. This has been a Vacationers, Theme Parks, and More production.